So, I got
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Viva Los Bills. You caught us mid convo there for a second. What's happening? Welcome back to another week. What's going on, Vinny?
what's up? What's up? What's up? We played it
Not
off
much.
pretty good though. What's going on? How you been, bro?
It's good, good. Another week gone by. Yeah, we did play it off. It made me laugh as you started going on there too, which was pretty funny. Everything good?
Everything's good, man. Excited because training camp started yesterday. Hearing some good
Yep.
stuff. See
Very
how it
true.
goes.
About time we get some football that we could talk about, some matchups
Some
and stuff,
news.
some news. Some news on the Buffalo Bills, which is pretty cool.
That's what's
Anyway,
up.
as always, we rank a beer that we pick up. Does it always have to be beer, or could we switch it up?
No, it
I
could
don't
be
know.
any alcoholic beverage of
All
your
right.
choice.
Because I almost didn't make it to a liquor store today, but I was like, whatever, let me get in there real quick. As you know, listen, my background's all gone. I was moving. My fiance and I bought our first house ever. And, we're in the process of trying to put everything together. So forgive the background, bear open. So that's about it.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you. But I did get to stop and grab a beer, but I got a big fatty here.
What? That's bigger. That's bigger than a 40. Jeez.
No, it's smaller than a 40. It's
32
bigger
ounce.
than a 22. Yeah, it's a 32 ounce. It's a Victoria Cerveceria Modelo, Mexico. So it's a Mexican beer made in Mexico. Uh, let's see what it's got here going. It's only 4% alcohol, so I'm not going to get ripped off one beer, even though it's 32 ounces. and that's about it. I've never had Victoria, so let's check it out. Old school. I don't have my handy dandy Buffalo opener today because it's somewhere around this house. I don't know where. But luckily, I found this one. So here we go. Kick this. I would pour some out for my homies, but I'm not pouring it on my floors. So
Not in your new
bottoms
house.
up.
3 swigs. Remember, 3 swigs.
All right. Let's try another one. I'm going to stop at 2 right now. It's not bad. I feel like I'm drinking a 40. It's got kind of that taste of the beers that go in 40s. I don't know, but let me try the third one. It's all right. Nothing I'll be buying probably in the future.
What is it? What is describe it though? What you drinking? Tell me what it tastes like.
It's almost like a Budweiser type thing,
Okay.
It might taste a little better than Budweiser, but it is what it is. I'm not a big fan. I'll probably give it a 2.5 unless it
Ooh.
get unless it gets better. It's not
Ooh.
it's not my favorite. Not my favorite.
Not your favorite.
What do you have? Let's see. Maybe it gets better
Well, let
after
me
a
let me
while.
see the label. Let me see the label real quick. Show our viewers the label what it looks like.
Victoria,
Okay.
which means
All right.
victory. So you would
Victory.
think it tastes better, but
Yeah. That's like
it
a.
started.
It's like a.
It start.
It's like. It's
Good.
like a forfeit victory.
it's it started to taste better on the fourth swig. So
Okay. Okay.
it
That's
takes a
That's
while.
good.
Okay.
At least it's taking
Yeah.
tasting better. I got a Maduro Brown Ale from Cigar City Brewing in Tampa. Check it out. Let me see. Can you see it over there?
Yep. Maduro, brown ale.
There you go.
Okay.
This
Never
this
seen
is
that.
I'm gonna read. Never seen it either. It's a Maduro Brown Ale named after dark cigar wrapper. Maduro
Ah.
Brown Ale boasts notes of semi-sweet chocolate, toffee, and a hint of fresh coffee.
Yeah.
Complex and full-bodied, our malt-forward ale is brewed with flaked oats to add depth and character. It has 20. Anybody that knows anything about dark beers, it has 20 IBUs, and it's a 5.5 alcohol content. So let's see. What's up, Mr. Mondo? Miss you
Yeah,
too,
man,
brother. We
though.
gotta have you back on, bro.
Yeah, buddy, you
Absolutely.
gotta come on. So you gotta let us know when you want to hop on. We'll have you on again, Mando,
For
and
sure, bro.
hopefully, you froze with the sip in your mouth. Oh, there you go. All
I
right.
didn't sip it. I'm sniffing. I'm smelling. I'm doing like the wine connoisseur type thing. It smells good. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get another one. Hold on.
We have to have the guy on from Sip Sip Chug. I keep saying it. We gotta have him on because
Oh,
he does a show like
absolutely.
this. Oh boy, you froze and you froze on a rough
Yeah.
face.
It tastes like a Budweiser with a cigar and a bar of chocolate in it. Literally, it tastes like how it's described. Like it tastes like a cigar, and I don't like it, bro. This is,
But
bro.
I
Y'all
look.
gonna hate me. Y'all gonna hate me. Those guys with that like the dark brown ales and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of them. So I might be biased, but it's I give it a 2, bro. A solid
Whoa,
2.
two. I will say when I smoke cigars, I like smoking my little cigars, but I didn't think about
That's what it
drinking
tastes
anything
like.
like that.
I've had them. I do it. Taste if you could picture having a beer after you took 4 or 5 tokes of a Maduro cigar, and you got that mixture. That's exactly what it is. And then you bite a little bit of a Hershey chocolate bar. Literally, it's not a good
That's,
combo, bro.
I was gonna
Not
say
that
that's
good,
kind
but
that's kind of rough.
it's rough. It's rough. It's rough. But hey, I give it a 2 for those guys that like the brown ales. It might be your thing, but it ain't for me. Here it is once again a Maduro.
Mhm.
I give it a 2.0.
Yeah, we have some rough beers today. I went with the 2.5. You're going with
Yeah,
the 2.0, just a straight up 2. I think that's the worst you've given anybody, right?
yeah. Yeah,
And,
the worst.
and, and I know you had some Guinness last week. You weren't a big fan. I like Guinness though. So, but again, that's what you rate yours, and what I rate mine.
Yeah,
I got this
absolutely.
Victoria, so as always, cheers, or whatever. So it's tasting a little better, a little, a little.
Not
Uh,
not this one. Not this one.
not that one.
Nah,
All
but it's all
right,
good.
there we go. As we said before, pretty much everybody I think has started training camp. I may be wrong, but I think everybody's already in training camp. One of the bigger stories all off season long was Aaron Rodgers. Is he going to get traded? He wants to be traded. Is he going to show up to camp? Blah 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 blah. Blah. Me personally, I said I would have traded him. I would have let him go. You don't want to play here? You could go. Bye bye. We don't need you here. But he reported to camp. He showed up at camp. He ended up having a press conference yesterday and explaining to everybody, what was going on. Why people opened my door. So he
It's
wasn't
all good.
happy. He voiced his opinions about how high character guys were vets were being let go. They weren't even offering them some contracts, or they were really lowballing them, or getting cut it or traded away. He wasn't happy with all the way that went down. I get it because you had a lot of big names just leaving that team. They had a really good squad. They won the Super Bowl, and eventually they just started weaning people out, and he wasn't happy about it. Again, it's part of the business, but hey, he voiced his opinion. He's a three-time MVP,
Yeah,
so I guess his opinion matters.
yeah. It does matter, but didn't he sign? Didn't he agree on to terms for this contract that he has? I guess I don't know if you heard anything about his contract.
They reworked his contract. I didn't
Yeah.
go into all of it. They ended up doing it a little later after I had my notes, and I didn't go right back to go
Well,
check it.
I could kind of update you a little bit. They reworked his contract, and they're giving him 22.5 million this year due, and another 22.5 next year in 2022. And he was due for a third year, but I guess they're gonna do some signing bonuses, So they rather than a 3-year deal, it's going to wind up being a 2-year deal. So
Okay.
contractually, he only has 2 years in the rework deal. He was actually 3 years, but they're giving him bonus money, so they're doing only a 2-year contract. So
So it's
looks like he.
either
Mhm.
go
Go ahead.
ahead. It's either they're gonna let him play the next 2 years, or they'll use him this year, let him go next year probably, or buy him out or cut him or something. Especially if they're paying his bonuses or whatever for the third year up front. So who
I
knows?
could read the quote that they did from Tom Pelissero from NFL Network. He said, "What we know from my understanding is that in 2021, Rodgers is still due the same number, 22 million. Some of that is converted to a bonus, which allows the Packers to free up some cap space this year. In
Okay.
2022, still under contract for 25.5 million, and then the third and final year of his existing contract in 2023 now gets deleted. So Rodgers under contract here for 2 more years rather than 3.
Yeah, so they pretty much paid up his third year
Pretty
and
much, yeah.
probably gave him a signing bonus to clear up money off of his
Cap
contract this
space.
year. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's all reworking like they're doing with everybody else out there.
Hmm.
I mean, writing's on the wall. You weren't happy. All right, you got 2 years left. Third year option, possibly, I guess, if you wanted to stay, but I don't think that's going to happen. And I tell you right now, he might be done after this year because, let's see how
Yeah.
far he gets them in the playoffs. Given all that head, you would have to see what kind of dead money they would have. But maybe he gets those 2 years. And how long are you going to keep this kid behind him waiting? You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of tough too.
Yeah. And it's kind of like you could tell it's bad blood. He didn't, all the stuff that went down at the end of last season. And, I was surprised to see it. I saw the picture of him like far away in the parking lot. I was like, I'm surprised he even showed up for camp, to be honest with you, the way things are.
Yeah.
But
I,
that's a big
I,
paycheck. That's a
I
big
didn't think he
paycheck
was
not
going
to
to
come
show
show
up.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought he would, if he got the Jeopardy job, he'd say, forget football. You're going to make a good amount.
Yeah.
If you get into Jeopardy and you get that full time job, look how long Alex Trebek had it. That guy will
Yeah.
have a job for the rest of his life if they
Yeah.
like him and he doesn't mess it up. But anyway, the Packers, trying to keep him happy, ended up trading for Randall Cobb. And so him and Randall Cobb have been reunited. The cost is a 6th-round pick to the Houston Texans. Texans send Randall Cobb to them. They're going to pay $3 million of his contract, while the Packers pay the rest, which is about $5.25 million. So it's not bad. He's going to get one of his weapons. Randall Cobb, I mean, he's a little long in the tooth, but he's still got good hands. He could teach the young guys how to run in the slot and do what they have to do. But at least it's
Yeah.
a security blanket for him and try to make him happy. Being that, he actually brought up Jake Kumeroth or whatever, the guy the
Kamara. Yeah.
Bills, yeah, that the Bills have. Like he was saying, oh,
Saints doing really good.
yeah, but how are you going to cut the second best wide receiver in training camp? So he was upset still with that, brought it up again. So let's see. He might get cut by the Bills.
I
Who
liked him.
knows?
I liked him, man. I mean, he was with, when he was with Ken Fuller and Will Fuller and Kenny Stills. That was a good trio right there. So we'll
Oh
see how
yeah,
it fares off. Like you said, he's a little long in the tooth, but he made a quote. He said a quote like, "I could finally breathe again," whatever that means. You know what I mean? So it must have been a lot of pressure over there at Houston for him to be happy back at Green Bay. So we'll see how it goes. I think, like you said, he's long in the tooth, but I think he's still got, he's still got
oh yeah.
I think a good 2 years behind him. I mean, how many catches did he have? I don't know if you have any stats on him, but last year what did he have? 38 passes for 441 yards and 3 scores. So that ain't bad being a third receiver, pretty much behind
No,
Fuller and Stills.
yeah, and probably breathing again. Listen, he played with Deshaun Watson for a little bit.
Mhm.
He didn't get to play the whole season with him, did he? I'm not even sure. And then he was playing with Dak over there. So maybe he could breathe again because he's with Aaron Rodgers, who he had his better years with.
Yeah. Yep.
That's where he made his meat and potatoes.
Yes,
But
sir.
whatever. Good for him. Maybe Aaron will be happy now and get that puss off his face and go put in some work.
Yeah, he looks like he drank some of this Maduro.
Maybe he mixed it with the Victoria, and it wasn't as good. All right, moving on. There was two quarterbacks from the draft that weren't signed, and that all changed. 49ers ended up signing Trey Lance, and they have agreed on a contract, 4 years, $34.1 million, fully guaranteed. That left Zach Wilson as the only quarterback not signed, and that changed after you said what? A 6 hour battle or something, or 6 hours ago, you were
6 hours
saying?
ago. Yep.
Because I had my whole spew here because I did it this morning that, hey, why not sign the guy? They only had James Morgan and Mike White. I have no idea who those QBs are. I mean, it was better for the Bills, but it really doesn't matter. My thing was, hey, if Zach Wilson is your guy, pay the guy his money and just get him into camp. But like you said, go ahead. You have the list there. What they signed him for?
Yeah. They slotted Wilson for 35.1 million on the deal with a 22.9 signing bonus. He was given the bonus within 15 days. So let's see. I think it's for 4 years. 35.1 for 4 years, and let's see. I mean, man, I can't wait to see Josh's contract. I
Yeah.
mean,
And this
it's
is
gonna
this
be
is fully guaranteed. You said, right?
22.9 signing on bonus, 35.1 on the deal for 4 years. So that's it. He's locked in. He's a new Jets quarterback, signed and locked and loaded with 22.9 sign on bonus given to him within 15 days. So he's like Rick James. He's probably saying, "I'm rich, bitch."
That's good for him. I guess he was holding out so he would make more money than Lance because he got drafted before Lance. So he
Yep.
gets a $1 million more than Lance did. I mean,
Yep.
good for them. Jets finally have their quarterback of the future, or now, because he's probably going to start this year. No reason
Yeah.
not to. Again, who's James Morgan? Who's Mike White? I didn't even feel like looking them up, but I didn't even I didn't even recognize these names.
This ain't a
So
Jets show.
that's right, not a Jet show. A little bit more NFL news. We brought this guy up before. Dak Prescott. He had his surgery last year, season-ending surgery. Came back. He's been in camp. Now he has a sore shoulder. I can't speak. So he's going to miss anywhere from 2 to 3 days. MRIs came back negative, but they're going to give him some rest. He won't throw for 2 to 3 more days. Listen, this is ready. This is just training camp. He just started coming back, and he already has more ailments. That big contract is weighing heavy on his shoulders. Like, I can't even throw no more. Anyway, they'll give him
They
some
said it
rest,
was. So what did they want him saying? It was just a sore shoulder, just tightness, right?
pretty much. So I guess as a precaution, they're going to let him rest for 2 to 3 days. So he's going to miss some camp. Not a big deal, but not looking good. He's already getting banged up, and the season hasn't even started. It's just the beginning of camp.
Hmm.
Kind of sad. Anyway, for those Cowboy fans who think they're going to win the division, it's not looking too good already.
Dude,
Some
I know they're ready. The Dallas fans are probably, when they heard that news, that he had to leave practice on Wednesday, they're probably like, "Oh my gosh, first day literally of training camp, and he's already hurt." So that's
yeah.
some news I don't want to get from Josh. That'll.
We
Oof.
don't need to talk like
Even though
that.
even though
Anyway,
Trubisky been on point, but we'll talk about that later.
yep, that's the rumor. Anyway, little last thing I picked up real quick was Jalen Ramsey is now a new member of the Madden 99 club, and I'm like, really? He's a 99? Like, you're telling me he's the best corner out there? I mean, he's a
No
very
way.
good corner, but you're telling me he's the best corner? He has the highest rating right now in Madden with a 99.
What was Trey, like 93 or 92 or something like that?
Trey's 93, the
Way
second
down on the list.
highest. Second highest is a Stephon Gilmore, who's a 97. Now, come on, man. Yeah, I listen. Jalen Ramsey is younger. I think Stephon Gilmore as a corner is still better. I think Trey White is
It's
better
better.
than Jalen Ramsey.
Yep.
I like Jalen, but I don't think he's a 99.
I don't think
What
so.
do
I
you think?
agree with you. I think Trey's
Uh,
way better than him. To be honest with you, in my opinion, I think he's more physical. I think he's more. I've seen. When Jalen Ramsey gets burnt, he's always, blaming everybody else. He's always blaming. Oh, I got pushed off. I just don't like. I guess I don't like. I'm not a kind of guy that like a lot of shit talkers, if you will. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
he's one of them. He likes to talk a lot of trash, so I don't really care too much for him. Like, in
yeah,
terms of the play, but in terms of raw talent, raw playing, I think Tre'Davious White is up there. In the
yeah.
95, let's say 95. I think he should have a better score than Jalen Ramsey, in my opinion.
I would agree with you. The problem is Trey's quiet. You know,
Yeah,
I think he doesn't really get any. He gets recognition, but not that much. He's been on like NFL Network a few times, and he's always clowning around. He's a good guy. He's not bad mouthing anybody. I think Jalen gets more recognition because of all the trash he talks, like you said, and he
yeah,
does back it up, but not always. The boy gets
not
burnt.
always. Yeah,
He gets eaten up, and like you said, a lot of times he'll say, "Well, it was his own coverage or whatever, got pushed off," or you know, he keeps very
I think
quiet when he
wasn't
gets
wasn't there
humbled.
one play? There was one play. No, that was Tyrann Matthew. Was it Tyrann Matthew? Or was it him? That he talked to Brady. He was talking crap to him, and then the very next play, Brady threw the ball and they scored on him.
I don't remember if that was him, but what's it called? Brady did eat up people also that were,
Yeah, yeah,
talking trash. I love that Manuel Sanders, after a day or two of training camp, has Josh Allen man crush already. He sees what's up. Yeah, he
yeah.
was saying he was amazed at some of the throws he was making today in practice, and that
That's
one
right.
of them he hit Beasley on a post route. Like I saw the poster, I didn't think it was that bad, but I mean it was on point between corners and stuff. So Josh is looking pretty sharp already,
Yeah.
and
Look,
you know,
Emmanuel said he came here to win a Super Bowl. Number one. Number two, he
mhm.
said he's been in the league 12 years and he's in awe of how Josh Allen throws the ball. He says he's like in awe on how the man, just like he said, is a man crush already. So, to
Yeah,
say something about Josh Allen being in the league for 12 years and praising him that well is a good thing. That's a good sign.
yeah, no, it's great, and he's played with some good quarterbacks,
Hmm.
so he knows what he's looking for
Yep.
and how people can play. So there was another thing I was trying to see if I saw a quote here. I have a new living in a new area, totally different Wi-Fi, and it's not as fast as I was. But here you go. Albert Breer had posted a tweeted great quote that Marcel Louis Jacquez put on. Emmanuel Sanders, some people aren't passionate about football. They're just good at it. Says the Bills locker room is full of players who are both passionate and good at football. So there you go. He's seeing it. He's liking the culture. I mean, there was videos already of all the wide receivers dancing it up. He was there. So he's fitting right in with the rest of the crew. And I can't wait to start seeing the regular season when him and Josh are connecting and they're finally getting that footing together because their timing's a little off. But they said in practice, Josh audibled and hit Sanders on a quick slant. So, they'll get used to one another. They'll get used to one another. And I think we're going to see a lot of passing like we did. I
Yep.
was already seeing Moss and Singletary catching passes out of the backfield. So
you know,
hopefully,
you know what I saw today too. Just to bring it,
go ahead.
just to kind of change it up a little bit. We have this depth at wide receiver. Now we have
Mhm.
Sanders, which I don't know if he's gonna take the number two receiver spot over Gabriel Davis. I don't know. It's yet to be determined. But we are so deep in the receiving core. But I saw the Philadelphia practice today, and Zach Ertz is dressed up with them. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I was looking forward to having Zach Ertz over here at Buffalo, but unless it's a last second deal or something, I think we ain't gonna get Zach Ertz. And I thought if we got him, it would be a lock. I thought offense would be pretty much unstoppable, but we'll see how it happens. I think they're still needing, Sweeney stepping up in camp.
Hmm.
Knox dropped the ball, but I think he recovered and started doing well. So it's gonna be a good battle in tight ends. If them tight ends solidify, man, we're in for a good season this year.
Hey, listen, they said Dawson Knox had a diving touchdown catch. So,
Mm, made up
it's
for the
hit or
drop.
miss. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he needs he needs to get better at blocking. Who knows what Hollister? I mean, I really didn't watch him.
Hollister too. That's right.
I didn't watch Seattle ball really. So
Hmm.
who knows? Let's see what he could do. So hopefully one of these guys could step up. Look at it's only Doc's what, third year?
Yeah,
So you
I
can't
think he's
really blame
20.
him.
How old is he? 26, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure
Yeah,
offhand. My other side computer's down right now,
that's okay.
so I can't go check it out real quick.
It's all good.
But
It's all good.
yeah, he's young. It's his third year, so he's gonna have growing pains. Hopefully this year he picks it up.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
there's so many weapons. And eventually we'll do our 53 man roster. We'll see how it is. But man, you're gonna have to cut some good guys. I know the practice squad is bigger this year, like last year. But you have a lot of wide receivers. There's depth all over this team. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
A lot of depth. Real quick also, Jerry Hughes. I don't know if you
Injury. Yeah.
saw. Yeah, he starts the camp on non-football injury list because he did
Hmm.
not pass his physical due
Physical.
to a calf strain. So that's
Mm.
not good for him. He's one of the older guys out there on his last year. You have all these rookies coming in. I saw some clips. Boogie, that kid looked pretty
Yeah.
fast coming off the line, and so
Interception,
did
boy.
he did have an interception. I didn't see that
Yeah,
one.
he tipped the ball
Okay.
and intercepted and ran it back. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw him coming off that line real quick though, and so
it's
did
fast.
Greg. Greg was coming up pretty quick too. So
Hmm.
these guys, if they could get it together, man, the
Yeah.
Bills should have a better rush.
What about
Addison,
AJ? Did you see anything about AJ
I didn't see
Epinesa?
anything off of AJ. I was just looking off the line, and I saw those two
Okay.
guys real quick come off the line, and I was like, all right, they had two squads, one on the left, one on the right, and so you would see the guys moving, but
Yeah.
they were up quick off that snap, which is great.
Nice.
Again, a lot of people are crapping on the Bills' defensive ends from last year, but the numbers aren't going to look as pretty because they rotated so
A
much. We
lot.
talked about this
Hmm.
before. So Jerry's numbers were down and Addison's numbers were down because they rotated, which is good. You keep your players fresh.
Fresh.
So, yeah, I can't really hate on that. For some reason, I know Mando put up before the vibe in training camp seems totally different. These guys look like most of them are ready to play like tomorrow. And they
Sweet.
do. Most of them they are. They look like that. They
Yeah.
were all excited. You can see these guys happy to be out there and joking and hugging and dancing. They're all together and they look ready. They just got to get their stuff straight. Also, some news: Deion Dawkins and Ike Boatgetter, I always mess up his name, have been placed on the reserve COVID-19 list. Both players are vaccinated and will be able to return practice as soon as they both have two negative tests that are 24 hours apart. Now, if they were unvaccinated, they would have to isolate for 10 days, whether they had symptoms or not. So
Mm.
hopefully they get two tests negative and they're out there practicing. But being that they're on the COVID-19, the Bills went and signed Markel Harrell and Tyler Gunther to 1 year deals. Now Harrell, we remember him last year. He was an undrafted free agent, and Gunther was on the Jags and Dolphins practice squad after being drafted by the Pats in 2019. So those guys fill in. And Markel, I guess, left a little impression. He spent some times with the Raiders last year, but he
Yeah.
left an impression on the team. They drafted him. Well, they didn't draft him, undrafted, and they brought him back. So I guess they liked something they saw from him.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to make our practice squad last year, but I guess he didn't.
Yeah.
Mm. You're supposed to take it away, but I was make swig,
uh,
Yep,
uh,
yep.
when you swing, that means I got to take a swing. I'm not really looking forward to it.
Sip some of that Maduro, bro. Look at you.
Ooh,
You could.
I got I got a chaser. I got a chaser, some juice over here, bro.
Mango passion fruit. That sounds good.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Anyway, over here, story all season long, especially the off season. Cole Beasley again popped on there and he said, "You know what? Let's talk about it. And after this, that's done. I'm not talking about it anymore."
Yep.
Pretty much said he's pro-choice. He's not pro-vax or against vax. He's just pro-choice. Believes information is being withheld from players. Free aid, which is one thing he said, which is kind of messed up, is that free agents or undrafted players that are not vaxxed are not even getting a shot or a call. I thought that's pretty messed up. And
they're
that
scared to get cut, and other guys are scared to get cut if they don't take the shot.
Yeah. Well, that's what he said too. A lot of the younger players are calling him and asking him, "Hey, what's up?" So he's not just voicing his opinion; he's
an
voicing the
advocate.
opinion,
Yeah.
of other guys. And I will say this: if he keeps up this way, you can see Cole Beasley being part of the Players Association after his career is done.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely, it's paving the way. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought, especially when he brought up the younger guys and how he's being told some of these free agents or undrafted guys they're not even getting a shot, and so they're losing out of their dream of possibly playing in the NFL at some point. And then you get a lot of people like saying, "Oh, is he trying to get cut? Oh, this or that." Makes no sense, you know. I mean, I wouldn't cut him.
Look, two guys that got vaccinated are on the COVID list.
Yeah, but I forgot. I had it on there. I forgot what they said. Well, it's a variant or something like that. So it's not as bad because they were vaccinated. But anyway, those two guys vaccinated, they're out waiting for 2 negative tests. Good thing, because if not, they'd miss 10 days. They'd be out of the camp even longer.
So it's when's the first game? Our first preseason game is what, the 18th, right, against the Lions. So it's 18 days from now, 3 weeks. Yeah, the first preseason game. Yeah, it's right around the corner. So we got to watch this camp really good and, get our 53-man roster here pretty soon. But, it's too early to tell. It's the second day of camp. So we're going to see how things heat up, who's stepping up, and so on and so forth. I think by the end of next week, beginning of the following week, I think we're going to get a good grip on what's going on. So we'll be able to assess, a lot better.
And hopefully no injuries. We don't want nobody getting hurt. And the 53-man roster, we don't have to do it to the last week, remember? Because these guys, they make it on the fourth week or whatever the hell it was now. Yeah. So that's going to stink. There's a lot of good guys,
Yeah, for sure.
Also, what is this? A happy belated to Matt Milano. It was his birthday the other day. I don't know if you noticed. Again, I was running late. I got a further commute now. But the Bills' offensive linemen and defensive linemen are wearing extra padding on their helmets, which is kind of good. It'll avoid concussions from these guys banging heads. So hopefully that's something, they look a little weird.
I heard Beasley wants an aluminum helmet.
I didn't hear that, but it'll keep these guys from getting concussions, hopefully, and they'll be safer. They're just, again, they look a little funny out there. It almost looks like the helmets that rugby players use if they choose to use a helmet. So that's kind of cool. What else? A lot of people are already saying that Allen and Trubisky are looking really good in practice. They started putting up these little nets with targets, and Allen was hitting these things all different types of angles and throws, and they're saying he's been on point. And him and Mitch, on point.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Now that you're talking about angles and little things, there's a video circulating of Tom Brady. I don't know if you saw it.
With throwing that ball into the thing.
Is that real? Come on, man. I mean, you got to be like, that's crazy, bro. If that's real, man, that dude is nasty because he did it 3 times in a row. Like, I would be like,
When I saw that, I was like, damn. Come on now. And then I saw somebody was saying maybe it's fake or it might be fake.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. If it is, those guys practice. Listen, Allen was hitting, throwing it into the little square. So
Hmm.
maybe Tom is hitting it. I don't know. It
Bro,
was
but
nuts though.
listen, the inertia those wheels have. Like if you don't get it directly in the middle, like I don't know, man.
It's going to
I find
shoot
it hard
out
to
probably
believe, but
sideways.
yeah,
You
and
know,
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that that's real. If anybody knows if it's real or not, for sure, let me know. But for me, that was rough because not only did it hit it once, he hit it twice. Then he went like 25 yards further, and
they
then
hit
got it in
it
there,
again.
knocked the machine down. I mean, come on, bro, really? It's hard enough to get one. You have to
Yeah.
do like 50 takes to get one, and then to get three in a row like that. I don't know. I don't know. I just want to get your opinion on it. That's all.
He's a goat. I saw that. I was like, this
Yeah.
is ridiculous. I was like, this is ridiculous, man. If he's really hitting that like that, I was like, damn, that's crazy. You
Yeah.
know. And then I forgot who it was. They're already saying, Tom Brady cannot lead an offense anymore. How are you still
Come on.
questioning this guy, man? If it wasn't for the Giants, he would have what, 9 Super Bowl rings?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the Giants knocking him out
Yeah.
twice, 9
There,
Super
there,
Bowls.
there's a lot of stuff on the media and on social media like the way to stop Brady, and then they have him in like a Dallas Cowboy uniform or a Jets uniform. That's the only way you can stop Brady from getting a
Yeah,
ring.
I guess so. It would have to be the Eagles, Cowboys, or the
Or the
Washington
Jets.
football team.
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah, I
yeah,
guess the Jets. But at least those teams play the Giants because it's the
yeah,
only team that beat them in the Super Bowl. Guy could have 9 Super Bowl wins, and he could be going for his 10th this year.
yeah,
It would have been
yeah.
insane, insane. And people are still doubting the guy. Come on, man. The only way I'll see that guy feel like he's done is if he gets hurt, I guess.
Yeah.
Some other news. I don't know if you saw some of the highlights from the first day, which was yesterday. Josh Allen and Gabe Davis. Those guys were on point with each other already. Like they never stopped playing. He was hitting them all over the place. I think he would have had 2 touchdowns. And you had that clown on Twitter telling me that Gabe Davis would never be a number 2. So not even a number 1. He said he won't even
What?
be a number 2 wide receiver. It's like,
Yeah,
stop
yeah,
it,
yeah.
man. Crazy. That guy, if it was
I think we got to see how camp goes, but it's gonna be between Sanders and Gabe Davis. It's gonna be. I'm watching that. I'm watching that to see who's the
I
number
th-
2 receiver there.
I think this is
Who
the
do you
thing.
think it is? Uh huh.
I think Emmanuel's going to be
Cole.
the number 2,
Mm.
unless the Bills lose their mind and trade or cut Cole Beasley.
Mm.
Then Gabe, because if they trade or cut Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders will slide into the slot, and Gabe Davis would be the number 2. But I really can't see that
And
happening.
that could happen, man. That
Yeah,
could
no, it
happen with all the
can.
stuff going on with Beasley. And Beasley, he's got some bargaining chips that he was like the number 1 slot receiver in the NFL. I mean, he was a couple yards shy of being 1,000-yard receiver. You know what I'm saying? And he played one game with a broken leg. If not, he would have surpassed that thousand
And
mark,
he, and
yard
he
mark.
threw a touchdown.
And he threw a touchdown. Yeah, yeah. So he got a lot of bargaining chips in terms of that. But a lot of people are like, I go around social media and looking at some of the Bill sites. A lot of people are like, worried. Like the exchange he had with Jerry Hughes, is it going to bring negativity into the locker room? I think there's such a tight knit group that I don't think it'll affect them, in terms of negativity in the locker room because they all get along. Even though it looked
Yeah,
like they were bickering a little bit about the COVID shot, but at the end they said, "Man, you still my dog." You know what I mean? Whatever happens, happens, kind of deal. So I don't think it's going to be a negative form, a negative part in the locker room. But people people push it up like that. They play it up like that. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I hope he don't go because I love him as a player, love him as
yeah.
a person. But business is business, and if the front office thinks that he's going to be a liability for the team in terms of hurting the locker room, he might be gone.
No, yeah, well, that's the sad thing. You never know. The one good thing is like, hey, yeah, I think it was Jerry Hughes also said, like, listen, I may not agree with you, but I respect your opinion. So,
Absolutely.
and that's the way it should be. You should have
It's a
a
maturity.
give and take. Yeah, that's the way. Not like, hey, I don't agree with you. Your way's wrong. That's it. Period. You're done,
Yeah.
or
Right.
you're done. No, you should be able to communicate and express to each other what you feel and move on. You like it. You like
Yes,
it.
sir.
You don't. You don't. Whatever. I don't agree with you.
Sure.
You said, hey,
Yeah.
that this guy. Hold on. What's the swear mark? Look, wait. You said, I'll get it to it. I'm gonna get to it. I got it. You said this guy is not the best of all time. Why you say he's number two? I don't agree with you, man. You see what I'm saying? We
Hey,
don't agree,
I don't agree
but I
with you either, but I
respect it.
respect you.
Yeah, I respect you. Same thing. Think you sip too much of that Maduro. But anyway,
Ah,
it's great. No, because I think even like Stefan Diggs said something, but they move on. It's all about playing, and that's just the way it is. Also, I don't know if you noticed too. This clown, where is he at? He was expected possibly to sign with the Bills, Steven Nelson,
mhm.
but that didn't happen. He ended up signing with who was it? Was it Philly or somebody? He ended up signing somewhere, so he's not coming to the Buffalo Bills. Now another thing, some clowns over here in CBS Sports. I don't know if I should be saying that, but anyway, some clowns at CBS Sports were writing like this was a big deal. Oh, CBS Sports names the battle for cornerback, the second cornerback on the team, as under the radar Bills training camp battle. Under the radar? Come on, clowns. Everybody know that's one
Really?
of the bigger ones. Like, yeah, what's
Yeah.
under the radar? So, personally, still, this is where I'm coming at. Because I think it's between Levi and Jackson. We
Dane
know that
Jackson.
unless they bring somebody else in, like, say, Sherman. But I don't know if
I don't
that's
think
going to
Sherman
happen.
coming now. Not now.
And especially with that stuff. But listen,
Well, he
I
might
think
come because he gonna need some more bail money probably. So you never know.
maybe, but if they could get him
Nah,
at
he
the
ain't
right
coming.
price, sure. But I don't think so. Listen, Levi's been the second slotted corner
Hmm.
for what the last 2 years since his rookie year
Yep.
as a walk on, not a walk on, undrafted player.
Free
The
agent.
guy earned his spot. He played well last year. He had big interceptions in the playoffs or whatever. He signed a 1 year deal. He wanted to stay in Buffalo. Could have gotten more money somewhere else, but he wanted to stay in Buffalo. I think it's his spot, unless the Bills aren't going to re-sign him next year. If the Bills aren't going to re-sign him next year, and Jackson is playing at that same level, I think Jackson gets the job because the Bills have him under control for what,
Hmm.
2, 3 more years.
2 more years. Yeah.
So that's my thing. I think Levi will win the second spot unless Jackson's right there, and then the Bills will control him for a few more years. What do you think?
Uh, Dane Jackson is a good player, but I'm still riding with your boy Levi Wallace. I think all the reps that he's going to get this year, if he could, you know, get better at his tackling position, with his tackles, because he led the team last year in missed tackles. If he does better than he did last year, it's his spot. It's his for the taking.
Yeah, and I think listen, Jackson's going to get time.
He's going to get some playing time.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, Levi, he got hurt last year. These guys get
Hmm.
banged up, so I know he's going to get some time. I'm just surprised nobody else is talking about like man, Tyron
Taron.
Johnson.
Hmm.
I mean, I understand he usually plays the nickel, but what if he wants the second slot? Or not O'Neal. Oh, the other guy converted Lacey, right? Is it Lacey? Or Lacey's gone. I'm all messed up right now. But there's
Don't
more
worry about it.
players on that team than why aren't they even getting looked at? But I do believe it's between Levi and Jackson.
Well, it's still early in camp, man. Today's the second
Yeah.
day. So, like I said, at the end of next week, midway through the following week, we're going to get an idea of how, we're going to still follow what's going on and what are the matchups and what are the, who the hot guys are and whatnot in terms of playing. So we're going to see, you just got to give it another week and a half. And we're going to start seeing everything shape up in terms of positional play.
Yeah. I agree. By the way, Allen said Mitch Trubisky might be becoming his favorite friend. So I guess they're really getting along, slinging the ball together, and so forth.
Trubisky, I heard, is looking really sharp, man. So that's a plus.
Yeah, no, it's a real plus. The only bad thing is he's only on a 1 year contract.
Yeah.
So, and I haven't heard anything about Fromm, so I don't know how many throws he's getting in.
Mm,
So, but if they could
that's true.
sign Mitch Trubisky for a longer deal, would be nice. But I don't think he wants to be Allen's backup at this time. The kid's
Nah,
young; he still could
still
get
young.
earn a spot. One team I could see him going to, unless they crap the bed so much to get the first round draft pick, is
Mm,
Houston. I'd rather have Trubisky than Tyrod, but that's just me.
oof.
Also, going on that, did you see the Texans are now saying, hey, we are willing to trade or listen to offers from Deshaun Watson, but it's
Yeah,
going to take at least three number ones.
he ain't
I'm
going
not
nowhere.
paying no three number ones for no Deshaun Watson.
He ain't going nowhere.
And he doesn't want to show up to camp, but he doesn't want to get fined $50,000 either. What kind of crap is that?
I don't know, man. Well, well. So as of today, it's 100 grand. He's in the hole already.
That's nice. He's got all these lawyer fees that kind of are mounting up, and who knows what he's going to have to pay out. Like, sad to say, if I'm him,
Wow.
I'm pay out, and just move on. That's what
Mm.
it should do. But 22, 22 cases can't all be fake. Just saying.
Well, I mean, look at all the cases Bill Cosby had.
Whoop. Those aren't all fake either. Don't be eating Bill's pudding pops. Just a tip. If Bill offers you pudding pops or Jello, well, I say no. Anyway, what else you got? What else you have? I mean, my notes are done. I don't
That's
know
pretty
what
much
else to
it,
say.
man. I'm just excited for camp. I'm out. We're gonna probably cut the show a little bit short, but it's
Mm-hmm.
coming this week. Next week we'll have a lot more information because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of injuries in other teams, a lot of information, a lot of contracts being signed. But right now, we just gave you what's happening yesterday and today. We still got things popping.
Listen,
So next week we're gonna have a lot more stuff for you guys.
one thing, I think this might be Casey, but I'm not sure because it
Hmm.
says something bad about the Bills and then says go Pats. I don't know if I should show it, but I bet you it's probably Casey. The only
Okay.
crazy person I know
If you
might put
said
the.
go Pats at the end, I was gonna say it might have been Kirk Cousins, but you said go Pats, so I know it ain't Kirk.
I don't know. Kirk hasn't chimed in for the last two
I
to
don't
three
know.
weeks.
Kind of
I
missing
guess he's. I know, right? We need some of that. He's probably
it.
usually would pop on towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is for some reason it's just, everything's
I
coming
don't
up
know.
as
I know who
Facebook
it is.
user.
I know who it is. I
Who
know
is
who
it?
it is. It's a
You
friend of
saw
mine's wife. She's a diehard uh
Pats fan?
Patriots fan. Uh, we'll
Oh
see. We'll
boy,
see. We'll see again. Did we beat the Patriots the last two games?
that's right. We swept them.
Okay, that's right. We swept them. Okay, that's all. That's all I wanted to know.
Should
That's
we
all. It's
put
all
it
good.
out? Should we put that out or no?
Yeah, you can put that. It's all
This is
good.
horrible. This is horrible. See that? This go Patriots. By the way, I did say we'll put out pretty much anything out there, even if it's a little disrespectful. We don't agree with you. So, but
Hey, I'm gonna say what we talked about earlier in the show. We might not disagree with you, but we respect your decision.
yeah, we don't respect those comments, but we will honor putting it out because that's what we said. It's a show by the fans for the fans, and your Patriots suck. No, I'm kidding. I think they're going to give us a run for the money this year, but
Yeah,
I
man,
think
they're
the
gonna be
Bills
good
will
this
still
year.
win.
I
Yeah.
think I think offensively they'll be able to match up with us. I think we'll be a little bit better offensively, but I think defensively they'll be better. So it's gonna be really listen. They're not gonna be a pushover, and I
Mm-hmm.
think we might even split a game with them this year. I think we might split a game with them if they click. But I've heard in camp Cam looked horrible in his last um, 5 passes yesterday. He threw behind the guy, threw an interception. Was doing horrible. So if they keep that trend up, we might not worry about it. But we'll see. It's only the
But
second day of training camp, so we're gonna find out.
you might see Jones, right? Is it Jones, their guy?
Mac Jones here. Yeah.
Matt Jones. They're saying he's looking pretty good at camp.
Well,
So who
we'll see
knows?
what
But
happens.
Belichick usually doesn't like putting in rookies. But who knows? That could change. I personally, I need to start seeing more footage out there. Once these guys start going head to head, I want to see the trenches battle. I think the offensive line, I want to see if who might take that next step, who's going to end up riding the pine. Because you got some good guys. Cody Ford got hurt last year, so, he didn't play as much. Is he going to
I'm
retake his spot?
I'm looking forward to seeing Star Lotulelei play on that defensive line. That we needed him last year. He was a major part. Every time we got a big run up the middle, I was cussing him out. Damn it, Star! If you was here, that wouldn't have happened. So we're gonna see this year if he's really a difference maker. So because if he's in there plugging up the hole, that's way better for our linebackers. The linebackers will probably be super happy that he comes back. But we're gonna see how it goes out. We're gonna see how it plays out.
The sad thing is, like, I really don't remember him being such a big force in the run game. I know he helped in the run game,
He's pretty
and
good.
Frazier brought him up.
Mm-hmm.
But is he going to really make that big of a difference? I hope so.
I'm hoping he does. At this time, all eyes are on him now. Now he had no choice but to step up and do the best he can because people are looking at him. Man, he opted out last year. We got hurt in the run game. Now he's back. Let's see, what he could do. See if he's worth that big paycheck coming up again. So we'll see how it comes, man. I'm rooting for him because I was one of the guys that said if we had him, we'd be a lot better in terms of our run defense. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see. If they don't cut him, that's a big chunk of dead money. If they do it. But I don't know. I don't think he's guaranteed a spot, even though it would be a chunk of dead money.
You're right.
I guess we'll end the show. What we got? 8 minutes.
We good.
We good. We good with 8 minutes short on the show.
It gives me 8 minutes to finish the rest of this thing while we're off the air.
Yeah, I was gonna say Zingo might smack us up. Bobby might dock our pay. I don't know what pay, but he might dock our pay. Anyway, I guess on that note, we'll end up a little earlier than usual. Thanks for the comments. Too bad Kirk Cousins hasn't popped on. We're gonna have to send him a tweet or something like, "Hey, where you been?"
Yes, sir.
Just keep an eye on the camps. See, I'll get the highlights for today or whatever, and hopefully we'll have more time to mess around and get more info. Hopefully more people start chiming in, being that the season's starting. Well, not starting, but camp is. That's about it. So for El Señor Vinny, El Primo Vinny, Buffalo Will, nos vemos. Cheers, chindan, adios. No, hold on, I gotta use this hand free. Nos vemos.
Arrivederci.
Hasta la semana que viene. Adiós.